it's me, Renee. I'm back. So today I have a video, as you see. Kind of feel a bit weird like doing introductions because when you're doing introductions, you're just talking about what you're gonna do in video. Well, like when you're watching the video, you already know because you have a title of the video, and you also have maybe I might have something in the description. So it's kind of redundant. So again, maybe you just clicked on my face and you didn't really care about the title. I don't know, but yeah. Today I have another LGBTQIA plus video for you. This is queer books that I think would be great movies. Though then again, like if someone made this TV series and not movies, I wouldn't complain. But yeah, I kind of wanted them adapted. And yeah, as I said, September I kind of wanted to do some LGBTQ plus videos. I end up just doing these two, like the first one with like my TBR of LGBTQ plus books, and then this one. But yeah, I mean it's my channel, and time flew by, and here we are, here we are. And it's not like I want to do any more like in the future. But I kind of want to do like a few, and I suppose it depends on how you count. But like in my head, more than one is a few. So I managed it. But yeah, let's get to the books. Now, these won't be all the LGBTQ plus books that I think will make amazing movies because there's a lot of LGBTQ plus books, and a lot of them that aren't movies that would be great movies. And I decided not to go for all of them. I talked about some of them before in other videos. So like, yeah, I'm not mentioning Red, White, and Royal Blue. I think it will be an amazing movie, but I'm not mentioning it because I talked about it before, and yeah. Ditto, I'm not mentioning the Montague siblings series by Mackenzie Lee because well, A, it's being adapted uh, by words Greg Berlanti, and B, I kind of wanted to highlight or talk about other books. So yeah, just because a book is not on this video in this video does not mean I don't think it should be a movie. I just kind of don't include it. It's not really any more reasonable. There's not really any more reason to it than that. And yeah, some of these books are newer, some are older. Again, I suppose like, what's a new book? What's an old book? Okay, so some actually, well, to be precise, some of these books actually came out this year. Some came out 2-3 years ago. And yeah, but it hasn't really been like a focus of mine to like find new books, older books. It just kind of happened to be like two of these at least are quite new. And yeah, let's start. Let's start for real. That's not very, yeah, a book that's not very known at all. It's very underground, very underground. Hint, irony. This is high class sarcasm. So yeah, maybe yeah, it's a book no one, absolutely no one has heard of. It is, take a hint, Danny Brown. So Danny Brown is bisexual, and it's kind of made a point in the book in some ways, and but it's a great love story, and I think it'll make a great movie. At this point in time, I haven't heard anything about any of Charlie Hibbert's books being made to movies, though I wouldn't be surprised if something's in the works or there's some talks behind the scenes. I would not be surprised. But yeah, anyway, I think it will make a very good movie. Lovely romance movie. Not Your Sidekick by C.B. Lee. Though this is part of a series, but like the whole series is queer, so I'm not gonna say like adapt this book and not the whole series. I'm not like saying adapt this series, not this book. This being the first in the series, so it's kind of in a way more natural to show this book. I suppose I could show all the books, but yeah, I'm showing this. This is the first, as I said, in the series. It's YA series. This has moment. Jess, who's bisexual, and And yeah, this is her story, obviously. Um, what's this else? Yeah, it's set in the future. So it's set in, I think, like 100 years in the future, to 2021. Well, 2021. I'm just gonna double check. And it doesn't really say, but yeah, it's set in the future, so I think it's 2021. So it's not like 1,000 years in the future, but it's kind of, I think it's either 50 years in the future from now or 100 years. It's something like that. It's not like far in the future, but it's a bit in the future. And that also means that some things are different than our world, but it's not like completely new world, so you wouldn't need a high budget to do this. Well, you would need a somewhat budget because it's a superhero series, people fly and stuff. But it's not like Game of Thrones where you need all the money. So I think it's quite doable. And it kind of gives me some Marvel vibes because, yes, it's high stakes, but also there's friendship and romance and just amazing characters. And yeah, I think this would be an amazing movie series. And hopefully it happens sometime soon. And yeah, kind of felt like it was a bit in shadows there, so moving a bit. But yeah, of course, also like all those I'm talking about, I highly recommend. So yeah, this is the first in the series, as I said before. Repeating myself too much today, aren't I? But yeah, this is the first in the series. So far, there's 3 books released, and 3 books, yeah, 3 books, and there's gonna be 4 books, at least 4 books, I think. Maybe just 4 books, not quite sure, but yeah, around that. Kind of a theme, not really on purpose, but yeah, Dreadnought by April Daniels. This is another superhero movie story, as you see from like the cape and stuff. And yeah, this story has capes, so maybe a no from the Incredibles fans, but yeah, well, a no from Edna, but this has capes in it. It's about a trans male, sorry, a trans female. So like she's female with bold scissor knots, and then in the very beginning she gets this mantle of superhero, and she gets all the powers of superhero, but also a female body. And yeah, this kind of, it both goes into like how it is to be a superhero, but also like how it is to be trans and how that kind of affects you. And yeah, very good story. This is the first in a duology. I heard some rumors there might be a third book coming out, but like so far, like at least in my mind, like the duology works as a duology. You don't really need more. But yeah, this is a very good story. It just tackles feminism and transphobia and lots of themes, but also there's love, there's good stuff, and then it's fun superhero aspects to it. And yeah, highly recommend it. Oh yes. A book that's out that came out this year. So yeah, this is one of the newer books. It is How to Find a Princess by Eliza Cole. So honestly, in my head, I think Eliza Cole, all her books could easily be made into movies. Like they're easily adaptable. It's not like, well, easily. There's like a lot of them as well. Yeah, some books are very wordy, but some books are more like visual and stuff. And yeah, Eliza Cole's books definitely could be adapted, all of them. But kind of want to talk about this one because, well, it's LGBTQia plus. It's a lesbian romance. Well, it's a romance between 2 females. And yeah, I had talked about this in a video not long ago, saying I didn't love it, but I still enjoyed it very much. And yeah, I think this will be very enjoyable as a movie. The Future of Another Timeline. This one came out in 2019, 2020, 2019. I'm just going to double check. 2019. So this is time travel and science fiction, but also with non-binary people and with lots of female-female relationships. So yeah, that's the queer aspects to it, both those things to it, and yeah, It's a very good book. It's raw here and there, but I think yeah, if you know what you're going into, you like if the trailer wouldn't like completely sell this as something different or like yeah tells you what it is. I suppose they could adapt it in like a loose way. That's also a possibility, but like it ends well, so I would say adapt it go closely to the story because I think that were very perfect. They were very. It's not um impossible. Uh, but I suppose also, yeah, this one is has time travel to lots of different aspects, to lots of different eras and stuff. So you need money for this. You need all the money. So I mean, you have like people who have a lot of money who reads books and kind of want to adapt stuff. So it might happen. I mean, I suppose also like Game of Thrones was like a huge thing, but it happened. So just because a book is like huge role and stuff does not mean it's not getting adapted. So yeah. Perfect on Paper by Sophie Gonzalez. So this has a bisexual main character, which is Darcy Phillips, and this book it's a YA contemporary book, contemporary slash romance, but I'll say maybe more contemporary. It has some slight Veronica Mars feelings to it now. I'll say like because there's some issues with family and some things happening, and some blackmail ish going on, and yeah, it's a contemporary read, so it's not one of those contemporaries where it's not a mystery book, and it's not one like who it's not set in a world of high money. Well, she goes to a she goes to a private school, but it's not like about like it's not like Gossip Girl thing. So it's kind of more slice of life in a way. But I think still it's just a very good book. So also like because it's not high stakes, high concepts. Yeah, I think it would still like be easier to make because you don't need all the money. So yeah, someone please adapt this, please. Love is for Losers by Vibeke Bugman. Oh, this was out this year or last year. I'm pretty sure it's out this year. No, I'm just being silly, but yeah, it's out last year. Sorry, last year, but pretty new. This is a uh, it's a female romance. It's a romance for it's a teen story, though it's also not just romance. It's also like slice of life. How it tells the story of 1 year in the life of Phoebe Davis and like her struggles with school, being stupid, and her friends being a bit weird, and yeah, life. And yeah, it's a delightful read. And there's romance in it, but it's not the main point, but it's still there. And yeah, it's very funny read. So like if you get the right actress to do the funny parts, but also well, funny parts. If you get the right actress to play, because she needs to be very funny, but also if you get the right manuscript for it, it will just be perfect, perfect. Yeah, and then the very last one for this video, Written in the Stars by Alexandria Belville. So this is a female adult romance. There's fake dating in it, and there's kind of like they start out like being having a bad first date, and then things change, and then kind of have to fake date, and so they start from like having bad first impressions, but then stuff happens, and they grow to love each other as you would in a romance. And yeah, it's a very delightful. It's just a lovely story, and yeah, I think it would be great to have this as a yeah. I suppose this could, I suppose in a way, could be done like a Netflix movie. I think also like having it as a like on screen like it seems like lately you don't really have that many romances on in the cinema. Often romances are now like Hallmark and Netflix, and not like that often in the cinema. Like you have Crazy Rich Asians and Love Simon. Other than that, like pure romances in cinema, that's not really something that happens lately often. So I think that's would be cool to just have it in cinema really. Though of course it will be fun also to see it anyway. You can get it. But yeah. And that's my pile of books I think will be very, very cool to see adapted. Either, well, as I said, I talk about movies all the time, but like, if, like, for example, like, Future Nine Timeline could easily be done as like a one season, like, limited series, because you get more time with the people and stuff. And then I suppose that same thing could also be done for a lot of these. Like, you could do like a limited series instead of a movie. But yeah, any adaptation would just be very, very, very cool. So yeah, if you have any thoughts on these books, if you, I don't know, if you just want to say hi, say hi, and I'll see you soon. Bye.